Burn Nation. Welcome back to another episode of the Burn Boot Camp podcast. I'm Anne, your host today, and we have a very special transformation story. I'm so excited to introduce you to Amanda Latham out of Burn Boot Camp Temecula. Welcome, Amanda.
Hi, thanks for having me.
So excited for you to be here and share your story with us. These stories really mean a lot to Burn Nation because there's so many times where there's a thread of recognition throughout the story. A lot of people will be nodding along while they listen to you tell your story about how you found Burn Boot Camp and what your transformation was like, inside and out, physical and mental. So I'm just so excited to have you here.
I'm excited to be here. I'm a little nervous, but
no, don't be. This is casual, authentic, just chill conversation.
Burn is always getting me out of my comfort zone, and I love it.
Very good intro. Very good intro. I love that connection. That's awesome.
Funny.
Tell us a little bit about. First tell us about Burn Boot Camp Temecula. Shout out your people, and then tell us a little bit about yourself.
All righty. So Burn Temecula is just one of my favorite places to be. Vibes are immaculate there. I have a whole group of Burn besties who I've gotten to know through the gym, and they're now my really good friends in real life, and we talk every day and work out together. And it's just amazing. The trainers there, our head trainer, actually, Andrea, was someone I went to high school with and cheered with since we were like 9 years old. And so shortly after I joined Burn, she moved back. She was a trainer in Collierville, Tennessee. And then she became the head trainer at Temecula. So that was like such a treat for us.
How fun. That is amazing.
Yeah. We have Jackie and Sammy, all amazing trainers. The ambassadors there are just great humans that are so funny, and just love to see them every day. So
that's awesome. That's
always challenging me and getting me out of my comfort zone always.
Yes. That's exactly what camp is supposed to feel like. It's supposed to be, if it doesn't challenge you, it doesn't change you. It's written all over the gym, and it is
exactly
the fact. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, so tell me a little bit about your history and what it was like growing up, your connection with fitness and nutrition, and just tell us about how you sort of lived your life before Burn.
Yeah. So I'm a wife and I have 3 kids. I'm also a midwife.
Cool.
So helping welcome babies into the world all the time. But I grew up here in Temecula Valley since I was 1 year old. I've lived in the same house my whole life until I got married. Our family was always big on sports and fitness, and my parents were just always super involved in all of that. So if we weren't at sports or, cheerleading and stuff like that, we were outside just running around until the sun went down. Nutrition was just typical American processed diet, like lots of fake butter, fake sugar, stuff like that. Until probably like middle school, my dad was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. And so my mom kind of like started researching and changing the way she fed all of us as a means of helping my dad. And so, that got a little bit better.
It's that kind of diagnosis will get your attention, and it'll get you really focused on how to get better for sure. So so your lifestyle changed when he got that diagnosis, I'm sure.
Yeah, she started, buying organic bread and all kinds of like weird things. We were like,
well,
Mom,
it was weird back in that day. Yeah, it really was.
Yeah,
nobody knew.
It was really weird back then.
Yeah. I don't think I drank water until I was like 30.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. We
And
know a lot
so,
more these days. It's really
oh my
shocking
gosh.
to look back that everyone I talked to, when I asked that question, it was like, we just ate what was at the grocery store, and we didn't look at a nutrition label. We didn't think about protein or fiber or anything. It was just was what it was.
And it's funny because you think those things like the fake butter and stuff was like better for you back then, but now it's
right.
It's all chemicals. So
yep, 100%.
Yeah, I started like gymnastics and cheerleading when I was, oh my gosh, probably like 7 years old. And just did like competitive cheerleading from middle school through high school.
Wow.
So I was always really like muscular. I was never a skinny girl. And in those days, the early 2000s, it was like skinny is the standard of beauty. So that was always a struggle for me. Like, why can't I see my bones sticking out? And so I do remember like, comparing myself to those girls back then, and kind of started like having an unhealthy relationship with food. I'd say towards the end of like middle school, early high school. So
it can be a serious challenge just in your mind. I mean, when you're getting this message of you're not a worthy person unless you have like a thigh gap, that is really screws with your mental health, which then of course finds its way into your diet and into your body, and can do a lot of damage.
Not good.
No, that's a tough sport to be a part of, I think.
Especially, I was the base lifting up all the girls, so super strong, but I never appreciated my body for all the things that it could do. I was just like, gosh, my legs are so big, my traps stick out, trying to find like prom dresses that hide my muscles and stuff. So
oh my gosh, Amanda.
It's just funny.
Wow. That is just so full circle, because what we do in camp is to get as strong as possible, to build as much muscle as possible. And what a crazy full circle moment that must have been when you started at Burn.
I know, it feels like home now, like, muscles are good here.
Yes. Well, it probably feels like home to come back to your body and to like be
just
okay with it.
Appreciate all it can do and all it has done. So, that was something Andrea, the head trainer, actually, how they do their little rants, not rants, that's mean, but their little nuggets of wisdom.
I think they'd agree with you.
She goes on tangents sometimes, and she loves it. We all love it. But I just remember this one day she was talking about like how, so many people look at exercising as you have to like, as a consequence, like you're punishing your body for like the cupcakes you're eating or alcohol over the weekend or whatever. But we need to look at it as a privilege to come in here and move our bodies, and like what are we gaining instead of losing? Like so many people focus on losing weight and all this, but it's like we're gaining so much more. And so that really helped me just shift my perspective of like, gosh, it is a privilege. Like so many people literally are crippled and can't, move their bodies and would die to be able to do what we're doing. So
there are a lot of people that would trade places. That mindset shift, that you don't have to go to camp, you get to go to camp. And it really does, if you put yourself in that place and you're open to the incredible experience and the sweat and seeing, like you said, what your body can do, and then all the endorphins and the serotonin and all the good, all those good highs, it's it's an experience that, you're right. We're privileged and we should, be, show so much gratitude for every day.
Yeah. Yes. Love it.
Well, so talk to me about when, so how did you arrive at Burn Temecula, and what was your first experience like? All the things.
Oh my gosh. Let's see here. So I had gone through, I guess I should go back to like 2020. So I graduated midwifery school, got licensed, was launching my midwifery practice. So starting my own business essentially. Also the year that, the world shut down. So,
Right.
like what I thought would be like taking baby steps and starting my home birth practice was like, everyone was trying to avoid the hospital. It was just like so busy, so quick. And then homeschooling the kids and, oh my gosh, just so much juggling going on. And so it was just like a hard, year or two there, until 2022, is the year that I found Burn. So that was just it's been a rough few years, but, looking back, it was really hard because, I lost my dad.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Unexpectedly. Yeah. So it was unexpected and just really hard to just pick up the pieces and help my mom figure out how to do just life, banking and finances and figuring out computer password, just every part of life, and my, siblings and stuff. So it was just really hard. Like, as a midwife, we're caring for so many people and families and taking on their lives as our own. And then that happened, and it's like, I'm caring for everyone except me. So, So pretty much I got to a point where I was like, okay, mom's okay, everyone's okay, but you're not okay. And, I was the heaviest I've ever been in my life. Like, even when I gave birth to my kids.
So,
I snorted. Sorry. My friends told me to make sure I got a snort in there. So there we go.
We'll edit that out if you want.
No, it's fine.
I love
it's just me. So I got on the scale one day, like just so many things in life were harder because I was just so out of shape and so heavy for what I'm used to. And I was just like, oh my gosh, that's crazy. So I had been seeing like Andrea, share her burn stuff. My other friend from cheer, Tosh, is a trainer in North Carolina. She's always posting stuff. Some of my clients go to Burn. So I was just always seeing them on, Instagram and like picking their brain until finally I was like, I'm just going to do the free 7-day trial or whatever it was. And I did it, and it was, oh my gosh, so much harder. Like every camp I thought I was going to die for. Even still, I feel like I'm going to die sometimes, but
same girl.
It just was so good to see other people in there who were, you could tell they were just going through hard things too, but still showing up for themselves. So it was encouraging for me to keep going, and I kept going. And here I am.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That kind of grief really does impact you on a physical level. And when you are, trying to hold the pieces together for your family and your family of origin and doing all the things and taking care of all the things, it's not even the back burner that you're put on. You're not even on the burner. You don't even think about yourself. And the fact that, that day came where you found a little bit of grace for yourself in the face of all that loss is an amazing thing, to be able to come up for air just for that moment and realize I got to do this for myself, or, you know, bad things could continue to happen, frankly.
Oh my gosh. And they have. I can't even, like, less than a year after my dad died, my childhood home caught on fire and we lost everything we had left of my dad. So it was
my God, Amanda.
Like, life is just going to keep throwing curveballs.
Yep. It can't be controlled. It can't be predicted. It's on its own schedule, and you've just got to keep your head above water.
Yeah. So that happened, and I was like, I felt like the familiar, like, tendency of wanting to retreat and, you know, stop going to Burn and stuff. But I was like, no, this is not going to deter me. I'm not going to let it, you know, push me back. So kept going, and, you know, that's the only guarantee in life, is that things are going to be hard, and you just have to keep making the choice every day to keep showing up and taking the step in the right direction. And it's just all those little steps that, you know, add up to the huge transformations that you see. So
yeah. And I can imagine that your community there in Temecula really was there for you. And
oh my gosh.
Yeah, I'm sure there are a lot of people
They're
going
amazing.
through a lot of stuff.
Yeah. I had friends who, because my little sister was getting married too at the time, so she lost, like, all her wedding dress, all of our DIY stuff, and I had people, like, showing up to, like, help in any way they could. One friend, like, actually gifted them, like, their super cool vintage classic car as, like, just a surprise for my sister.
That's
and just
amazing.
Out of the goodness of their heart. Oh my gosh. I cry still thinking about it, but
gosh,
it is like a second family. So I'm so grateful.
Yep. That's exactly right. Throughout all of these stories, everyone that I talk to, you know, a cancer diagnosis, they feed that person meals for, you know, months and months and months. And they come in and they have their house cleaned, and, you know, gifts like that. In your case, it's just, they look for an opportunity to kind of swoop in and be there, be that family. It's just, it's so unreal.
Yeah. It's a beautiful thing.
I know that those were very, very difficult times, moments in your life. And they probably were, you know, to say they're a setback is putting it lightly, but I'm so glad that you did not allow that sadness and that confusion to resonate with you physically. And
it was hard.
So you started camps, and how, like, you were just there all the time? What was the experience?
I think
like?
I started going maybe like 3 to 4 days a week. And it was like, I loved it there, obviously, but I'd say the past year it's become like I'm going 5 to 6 days a week, and it's just like I just love it there.
Well, it's addictive in the best possible way. It really does. It is something that once you get started, you need in your life. And there's a part of it that's like, I'm afraid of what would happen if I got off this path. And I'm sure that that's part of it for you too.
Yeah. There were so many days where, like, I'd just be, you know, crying on my way there, and like, I can't go in like this. But I'm here, so I'm still going to go in, and, you know, just, there's other girls in the gym who've, you know, also lost their dad. So there were mornings where they'd just like hug me and, you know, like, okay, no more tears. Let's do this. And it's just really helped me to, like, stay balanced in dealing with just all the things in life, you know, like
tremendous loss,
more regulated. Yeah.
Isn't it such an interesting thing that you, that you ended up as a midwife and you are like bringing life into the world. And it's just that's such a incredible experience, I'm sure.
Yeah, it is pretty amazing. Yeah. It's just wild to like see, you know, because I had a baby born not long after my dad passed, and just like to see both, you know, ends, you know, you usher one out as you welcome another one in. And
yes. It's wild. Brutal and beautiful. And it is, it's bigger than you and bigger than me. It's just, well, I am thrilled that you have such an incredible, safe place at your location. It sounds like an amazing place. They sound like amazing people.
They are.
Shout out to Temecula. That's great.
Yes.
That's great. Well, so if there are people that are listening right now that have put themselves exactly where you did, you know, off the burner altogether because they are struggling with, you know, deep sadness like you were, or addiction. There are a lot of things that people are going through. What would you say to them if they're listening?
I think I would say that there's probably never going to be a time where you feel 100% ready. Like I remember thinking like, oh, I just need to lose like 10 pounds before I can start so I can keep up. And like, you're never ever going to feel totally ready. You just have to start somewhere. Yep. And the amazing thing about Burn is that there's just so many different women, like so many different ages, sizes, ethnicities, like everyone feels comfortable and welcomed when they walk through those doors. So I just say, like, give it a try. You don't have anything to lose. And just taking that step every day. And that's what's going to lead to transformation.
100%. It's not just, you know, people think it's a journey towards, you know, better health and a stronger body, but it is a journey back to yourself, and no one can take that first step other than you. And I always say that front door is sometimes the heaviest weight, but if you can get through it, there are people on the other side who are going to throw you a life preserver and then pull you out onto the floating floor. And like you said, there is every level, modifying up and down and sideways, and everybody and it's one of the most diverse places I've ever worked out in. It's just a great place. I love it. I love looking around and seeing all the different people. same me too. Okay, let me all right, we're gonna do rapid fire to wrap up. I want to know your favorite protocol.
Burst training.
Amanda, are you crazy?
Yeah.
God,
I love all the weird things, like the weirder the better.
I kind of agree with you that we have rest time. Like that the brutality will be over after a certain period of time is always promising. Right. But oh my gosh.
I've always for a minute.
I always feel like I've been in a car accident after I've been like, what happened?
So funny. Yeah.
Okay, so what protocol do you avoid like hell?
Oh my gosh. I don't really avoid any of them anymore. But
not if you're going 6 days a week.
I know. I really drag my feet walking into body weight conditioning.
It's so sneaky
my gosh.
Hard.
Yeah.
It's like,
It's so scary.
You get your bell rung in body weight conditioning for sure.
For sure.
It sounds so innocent and innocuous, but it is, that's a beatdown.
I don't know. The first time I saw that name, I was like, body weight. I have a lot of extra body weight on me.
I got plenty.
Doesn't seem fair.
I'd rather lift a weight.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So you're on the floating floor so often, you have to have like a goal. Like, are you doing level up games? Or are you looking for PR? What's your goal?
Well, right now my goal is to do the level up games. I was too scared to do it last year. But I signed up and I just did the practice over the weekend and I'm like, what did I do?
What have I done? Shit.
So that's my goal, to complete the level up games in
Girl,
April.
you're going to knock it out of the park.
Oh
you are going to kill it. And you're going to you're going to have so much confidence walking off that floor after you finish.
That's what I hear.
Yeah. Oh God.
And that's what I've been told. So if that doesn't happen, I'm coming for you.
You will. The energy that everyone there will push you over the edge. You're going to kill it. That's great. That's great.
Excited.
Well, Amanda, thank you so much for your time today. I know your dad is so proud of you.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here. We really appreciate your story and you being so open and raw with us. There are a lot of people that will feel very seen in your story.
I hope so.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. Burn Nation, send us an email. If you have a transformation story that we need to tell, please send us an email at podcast@burnbootcamp.com. And let us hear from you. We'd love to have you on the podcast, just like Amanda. Like, subscribe, all the things. Amanda, I'm going to let you take us out.
Alrighty. 2 claps on 2. 1, 2.